What's up, YouTube? It's Meltin Metal Anthony, and today we're working on this Walker mower aerator thingamob. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Metal's metal. Our customer came in because they ripped this apart, said they grabbed onto some rocks, sheared it right there. Metal's fatigued and broken in several places on this thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it apart. We're going to weld a new piece of square tube in. We got a piece of this 2x1 laying around, and it's going to work out perfectly. Let's start hacking this thing apart. All right, there it is. So we'll cut through these welds. Remember that weld pattern? Now, there's a problem. We kind of want to keep that, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that off and reapply it. I'm going to try. Let's see. It might be the sticker master. Ooh, look at this. It's working. Cool. Oh, good. Maybe we can reapply that so they have their serial number. So we're going to need about 22 1/4. Some of the things I'm going to notate is that we're going to need to punch a couple of holes directly across from each other. Looks like 1/4 inch holes. Other than that, we just got to make it exactly the way it came apart. All right, so 22 1/4. I got my safety squints on. No, I can't see. So whenever you're going to make a cut with a cold cut saw, grinder, it doesn't matter. You have to notate which side of the line and what the orientation of the line was to your blade. I'm not going to split the line. I'm going to stay right behind the line. That's going to give us exactly our 22 1/4. And as you can see, it's the perfect piece, matches up exactly. And our pieces that slide in are perfect. So the next thing we need to do is drill our holes. All right, so I've already marked it 1 inch in. And that's what we got over here, as you can see, about 1 inch in there. And we obviously want to center the hole. And it's going to be a 1/2 inch because this is a 1 inch tube. So I'm just going to make two, I don't know what you call these, point marks, whatever. And we're going to come over here and use our handy dandy punch, whatever. Center punch. I don't know what the fuck you call it. Whatever you kids want to call it. These things are pretty cool. It works out pretty good. Basically, all I'm doing with this is just keeping my drill bit centered. That's all this does. If you guys feel like you want one of these, the Amazon link will be in the description below. You can buy one if you want. I don't care if you do. Whenever you're drilling a hole, you need to use some lubricant. I like to use this Rock Mount Macho HD Heavy Duty Lube. This is what I've been using lately. Stuff works great. It's an oil-based lube.
Bad boy.
I like the oil-based lube because it sticks on the bit, sticks on the metal just a little bit longer. Doesn't heat up and burn off as quick like some of your water-based lubes. Anyway, let's lube it up. Perfect. That one looks good. Perfect. So basically, we wanted to be able to, we'll have to clean this up a little. Something's getting jammed in there now. Oh, it's just a burr from the holes being drilled. We want to be able to line that up so he can get his pin through. And that's the purpose of that. So let's start hacking this bad boy apart. So the easiest way for me to be able to remember where the orientation of these things is just to mark it. Butt them up against each other. Use the table to keep it flat. And I'm just going to go ahead and run the chalk on the outsides of these two, the outsides and the insides. So we know it's going to land right there. Okay. And then as far as this one goes, we'll do the same. Just kind of mark where it goes. So we want it right there. I'm just going to mark this out real quick. And again, that's the orientation we want. If those pieces are going to go on this side, we just got to make sure I don't fuck any of this up because the orientations are going to be the biggest deal on this. We want to kind of get it center of the tube, so just slightly offset. Okay. That's about where we're going to want it right there. If we want to get scientific, we could measure, but... So what I'm doing now is just squaring it up. And there we go. As you can see, it's perfectly square now. The square is touching all the way down. It's touching the tube all the way. So she's looking good. I'm going to send a second tack on her, and then I'm going to double check to make sure we have square. So pulled this way a little bit. This is offset. I wonder if it's supposed to be. It must be. Man, this is one of the reasons I love this jig table. It's basically a clamp. You know, Red gets to use the brand new one because he's fabricating over there. Right now he's jigging up a handrail. But I like to use the old one for these repairs just in case I slip, make it with the grinder. Chop this thing off. That's why I love that little 2200i, and I made that video. If I was going to start all over again with one welder, which one would it be? It'd be this guy right here. Little compact, 200 amp MIG welder. It's very versatile. I use this on most of my little projects. Red uses it a lot on whatever handrails he's making. You know, of course, if you need more power, we got the old 300 amp over here. But yeah, it's my, this is by far my favorite little MIG welder I've ever owned. All right, let's get this thing back together. Get it back over to our customer. There it goes. Just need to hold it enough. There we go. Okay. All right. Well, it looks like we did a pretty decent job of getting it right back where it was. Right? Good stuff. Cool. Just like that, guys. We did that in a little less than 2 hours. And for our final touch, we'll try to get that sticker. Hopefully it'll stay. Look at that. It's like it never happened, minus the paint, of course. I think the customer's gonna be really happy with that. We knocked that out real quick. Oh, let's get the legs back in it. That's our final touch we gotta do. I don't know where the little bolts are that come with the legs, but we didn't have those. And I honestly don't know what orientation these go in at. Just like that. All right, guys, that completes our repair. As you can see, you can knock this type of stuff out really quick. If you're just starting out in the industry, this is the type of work you're gonna get. Just the way it goes. Eventually you'll work yourself into structures, bigger stuff, and you weld on bridges just like your boy does sometimes. Hopefully I get this bid that's coming up. Wish me luck. Either way, this is obviously a massive improvement over this bent up piece of crap. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, share, do the whole 9 for your boy. If you really like the video, head over to meltinmetal.net. Buy yourself a fancy FR, a t-shirt, some stickers, whatever. And if you do, you'll be entered to win my old welding rig, Caracol. Or you can just write me a letter, 5x3, and win it absolutely free. Anyway, guys, if you didn't like the video, remember, go fuck yourself.